President Ahmed Tinubu went to Enugu to commission some projects being built by the Enugu State Governor.
Yeah.
And do you have any take on that?
If you ask me, I will tell you that visit to Enugu State, the former capital of East Central State of Nigeria, that visit is a mockery. Tinubu went to the southeastern Nigeria to mock Ndigbo. I'm telling you, because if you do your findings well, you will actually find out that it was a governor that contested under Labour Party political platform that won election in Enugu State. The Tinubu aligned with PDP due to the kind of hate they have for the Igbos, due to the kind of hate they have for Obi. They actually manipulated the PDP gubernatorial candidate that won election in Enugu State in 2023. They manipulated him and they gave it after long stay, long awaiting for court rulings. They manipulated the Labour Party candidates, and gave it actually to their neighbor PDP. And you should actually understand now that PDP and APC, they are working hand in hand. They are together. Wike is a PDP henchman. Wike is now in APC. They are all piling together to turn against the Igbo Man Party, Labour political platform that won election. 2023 presidential election was won by Igbo. This Tinubu of a man, this Nigerian president that has been playing games with money, aligned with INEC, the umpire, and thwarted that effort of making Enugu State a state that is ruled or controlled by Labour political platform.
How can you say that PDP is working hand in hand with APC?
There are many.
Have you seen all the battle that took place during presidential election in Nigeria 2023?
Yes.
And even the PDP divided, there is aggrieved PDP and the normal PDP.
Yes.
So with all this fighting and all the hostility, how can you say that they are working hand in hand? Even now they are working, planning how to take over government, and you say they are working hand in hand. In Enugu State, you say that they work, they really rigged the election to hand over to the opposition party. How can that be possible?
Yeah, it is possible. I tell you. Let me just start from 2019, when obvious it was Atiku that won the election under PDP, and everybody actually know that Atiku, after winning the election, he went to the court, from the appeal court to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court affirmed Buhari's, manipulated or manipulative, at least, election. And what the whole Nigerians expected of Atiku is to fight Tinubu, Buhari tooth and nail. Buhari was the man that was presenting himself as a winner of 2019 presidential election, but obviously it was too obvious to the whole world that PDP won. Now, Atiku refused to fight Tinubu tooth and nail with all his money, with all his political connection, with all his connection in the whole world. Atiku retracted from fighting Buhari administration to hand over what belongs to him. Do you know what happened? Atiku absconded into Dubai, enjoying himself with the money his brother, Buhari, Fulani brother Buhari, gave to him. So Atiku worked with Buhari for good 8 years. Tell me, he's not doing the work of an opposition party. Atiku just went to sleep after the victory of 2019 presidential election. He went to what? Dubai. He went to other countries in Europe, enjoying himself. He is not fighting the good fight as an opposition party.
How can you also say that? Why Atiku went to the extent of going to Chicago University to obtain certificate of Ahmed Tinubu?
Fake certificate.
Whether it is fake or not, but he went to that extent, and he hired more than 70 lawyers to appear before the court. What else do you think he could have done?
Thank you so much. That's a very nice question, and I would like to actually educate you that when Atiku went to Chicago, it was only...
would you have picked arms?
No, listen. 2023 presidential election, it was obvious that Labour won that race, and Atiku went to Chicago University to find out if the certificate presented by Bola Ahmed Tinubu was fake or real. And actually it was elucidated by the Chicago University that the name Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a female. It wasn't Tinubu, Nigerian president himself, so it was a fake result. Atiku did that work well in 2023 presidential election. February. It wasn't that of 2019. 2019 was Atiku's election. From 2019 to 23, this man, Muhammad Buhari, has completed his 2 tenure, which is 8 years. Then on 2023 presidential election, it was Obi that won, and Atiku was much aggrieved to stop Tinubu by going by his own investigation into the United States of America, and he came out outrightly successful, and it was obvious that Tinubu did not attend Chicago University. Atiku fought that war too well. But if you ask me, I will tell you that it wasn't his election, it was Obi's election. Atiku did not do the good work of an opposition party he should have done 2019 to 2023 when Buhari administration expired. So what I'm trying to say is that PDP in Nigeria currently is APC. APC in Nigeria currently is PDP. Ask me why. The Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, is a PDP staunch man. What is he doing in that position? Paying visit to Bola Ahmed Tinubu on daily basis.
It was an appointment.
No. Listen,
an appointment. Minister of
it is an
FCT.
anti-party activity. When you are working with an opposition party, I don't know what I understand. Bringing down your original party, where you are well known for, you are committing anti-party activity against your own political party. Nyesom Wike would not have had anything to do with APC government. Nyesom Wike rigged the election.
That has cancer, as he said.
Yes. He rigged election for APC in River State. He rigged out Labour Party. So what are we saying? Atiku is not Atiku aware that the same Nyesom Wike that is celebrating himself, presenting himself as a PDP staunch member, is working hand in hand right now, tooth and nail, with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which is under APC political platform. So what are we saying? Atiku is a political prostitute. He worked with them. He turned his back on them. He pretends as if he's romancing Obi. The Labour Party political platform faithful supporters will never ever see Atiku as a good man. No.
Before I go to other topics, finally on this, how do you think 2027 presidential election will be?
2027 presidential election, we are already reading the handwriting on the wall, how Arewa people, Fulani cultural group, Hausas are not with them. They have come out actually and tell the whole world that they are Arewa. They are Arewa. They didn't tell the whole world the tribe where they come from. They are Arewa, that they are going to stop Tinubu. What a nonsense. Do you know what? The Arewa group and the Fulani cultural group, the Hausas are turning their back on them because of the kind of politics the Fulanis are playing in the north, killing every minority tribe in the north, still killing and annihilating, suppressing and marginalizing the main major tribe of the northern region, the Hausas. This time Arewa is standing out on their own. Are you listening to me now? This time around, what I'm trying to explain here is that 2027, come what may, Arewa, the Fulani, yes, the Fulani tribe, they are telling Tinubu that they are going to bring him down, which for me, if you ask me, they are playing Ntokahana to the alliance. Because why? The popularity of the Hausa tribe in the north skyrockets in the recent time when they actually separated themselves from Fulani oligarchy. Wow. They say they are no longer with the Fulani. They are fighting Fulani militias, Fulani herdsmen in the bush. The Hausas are fighting them, the Fulani are fighting them. Fulani herdsmen are now inviting their brothers, all their ethnic brothers from Senegal, Mali, Zambia, Gambia, Senegal, Chad, Burkina Faso, and Niger to fight original Hausas in the northern Nigeria. So they are teaming up to make sure that they unseat Tinubu comes 2027, but they have failed. Ask me why.
Why?
The real Hausa, the original owner of northern region, have separated themselves from what? Fulani. Fulani, they are on their own in the north. Listen, they have say in Nigerian politics.
Don't you think it's too late?
It is not too late. Listen, they have say in Nigerian politics. They have majority in the Nigerian military. In Nigerian police, they are the majority. That's why they are making noise. But this time around, Nigerians have begun to understand the Fulanis. Hausas has begun to understand the Fulani way of politicking, politics in the north. Let me shock you. If you see a popular politician in the northern region of Nigeria, don't think he's an Hausa originally. Yeah. He is a Fulani man. An Hausa man is a farmer. A Fulani man is a staunch politician in the northern region.
Going back to Enugu, going back to the
2027 presidential election.
No, we are in we have done with 2027 presidential election.
Okay.
Knowing that Fanis are planning
to bring down Tinubu.
Yeah, they are doing everything in their power to make sure Tinubu did not go second time.
Yes, yes.
But I don't think the way you said they will be disappointed.
Yes, yes.
But are you?
Hausas are not with them anymore.
The way you are sounding as if you are supporting the Mr. President.
I'm not supporting
to continue.
Him. No, I'm not supporting. He's not doing well.
But you said that the Fulanis have failed.
Yes, they have failed.
So which means
Hausa will have upper hand and make sure that they bring Tinubu down comes 2027. The Igbos are not going to vote Tinubu. Of course, you know, it was an Igbo man that won the election. It should be an Igbo man administration currently. But Tinubu forced himself on this administration, running an illegitimate government by bribing Igbo man out and buying into the umpire INEC that gave hate wrongly to him. He was not the man elected by Nigerians. The Yorubas did not elect Tinubu. The Hausas did not. The Mid-Belt, they did not. The Igbos did not. And other minority ethnicities in Nigeria did not. Tinubu used his money and bought this mandate. He bought it with his money. So obviously, we see a Fulani that is aggrieved because what they were benefiting in the previous administration of Buhari, their brother Muhammad Buhari, is no longer available. This current administration. Why? Because of the appointment which eludes federal character. The way Nigerian government appoints in the past, you should imbibe by the principle of federal character. You should carry the whole tribes along. That is what I mean is running an inclusive, national inclusiveness, an inclusive government that Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Efik, Ibibio, everybody in the South Mid-Belt are included in your government as Jonathan did and Yaradua. But this time around, Buhari ran his own. It was 96 appointment meant for only Hausa Fulani tribes, turning his back on the Mid-Belt, on the Southern tribes. And today, Tinubu has become his own. And now the Hausa, the Fulanis are very, very aggrieved because they expected Tinubu to carry them along. These people are too selfish. They expected Tinubu to make it something 96 appointment, carrying Fulani along. Is that how to live life? Was how we ran a political leadership that allowed Nigeria as a contraption from 1960 till date? Only Fulani, and they have no plan for Nigerians. All they have as an agenda or an agendum, the Fulani oligarchy, is what? Islamization of Nigeria. They just had it as an agenda and they want it to go on and on and on and on. It was an Islamic state of Nigeria. Why? Tinubu is a Muslim. Kachima Chetima is a Muslim. Have we run this kind of an administration before, whereby the Christians are outrightly bolted out of the political system? It was only Muslims. Let me shock you. The previous administration was a Muslim man as a president, a vice president as a pastor, a Christian. And the pastor, Yemi Ochibanjo, was silenced. He was as cold as iceberg. And that administration ran for 8 years. Today we see another administration whereby two voracious, astute politicians, Tinubu and Chetima, ran this government from February till date, a Muslim ticket. And we've seen nothing other than what? Food drought. A hard policy, economic policy, political policy that is excruciating the entire landmarks of Nigeria. Nobody is breathing oxygen here. Nobody is eating. Nobody is at least enjoying the basic amenities. They turn their back on us and Nigeria is burning. See, let me tell you, it is too obvious that Igbos are bolted out of Nigerian political system. And today, we see a difficulty, hard time. I don't know what
the consequences.
Consequences
of not employing Igbos.
Yeah, I'm telling you, of not including Igbos in this government. And without Igbo, nothing works right in Nigeria. That's why everybody in Nigeria, they are gnashing their teeth. On getting to Enugu, we learned that Ohaneze actually approached him, begging him to release Nand. That is a pure fallacy. Ohaneze wouldn't have begged Tinubu for their right. Nand has been freed by court since last year, freed by court currently.
I'm coming to that,
why should he be like that?
Mr. Raphael, we are coming to that.
Why should he be like that?
We are coming to that.
Igbophobia, is it? Hatred of the Igbos, is it?
Mr. Raf, we are coming to Ohaneze issue now.
Okay.
So in comparison, Tinubu's administration and Buhari's administration, which one is preferable?
If I can tell you the truth, honestly, I'm somebody that is always blunt, and I follow the events of things, how things was working in the past, and which translated into the current economic or political happenings in Nigeria. Both administrations are 100% the same, well balanced. Ask me why. Wow. Muslim ticket, Buhari preferred it, only that there was much pressure on him, and he dropped the Muslim man and accept Oshibanjo. The Muslim man was Tunde Bakare. You will be shocked that Tunde is a pastor, and I'm still calling him Muslim man. He's from Muslim family. He was a Muslim before converted to what? A Christian.
Christianity.
So what I'm trying to say is that I don't balance it up at all. They are the same. The continuation of Buhari's administration is what we are seeing today. Is a continuity, is a continual thing. The same Buhari administration is the same Tinubu administration. Nothing is different. The same hard time, the same exchange value of dollars, the same political atmosphere, the same anti-Igboism that went on in the previous administration is still proliferating currently in Nigeria. Anti-Igboism. Igbo man has found himself on the angle of very stringent economic policies that can never allow us to import freely without paying with our nose at the seaport there. When you
say everything is the same, do you know that under Buhari's regime, we were buying petrol 180 something naira, and under Buhari's regime, he left dollar at the rate of 700 naira. So and now we are buying dollar. Dollar is
almost 2,000.
Yes, 1,700 and above.
Okay, thank you. So, let me tell you. One thing leads to one thing. Something leads to something. One thing leads to another thing. What I'm trying to say is that the exchange of dollars during Jonathan regime, we of course know it was less than 300. It was less than at least 200, 150, 170. It fluctuated that time. But until when this man comes in 2015, it becomes 300 plus, 400 plus. Before you know it, it's skyrocketed to 700 and something. So what I'm trying to say is they are all the same in the parallel market. What is happening with Nigeria economy is that both leaders, Buhari and the Tinubu, did not have what? School certificate. There's a level of education you could attain. I don't know what to understand. Before you will know how to run an economy. See, let me tell you, Obi is a man we know that is a management expert. He did it in Anambra State and actually was the best governor ever in the southeastern Nigeria, even across the country. Obi is number one. He managed many companies in abroad. He managed companies like Fidelity Bank. Yes, in Nigeria is Obi. So what I'm trying to say is that he did well on that angle of management, economic management, but both two are like headmasters. Tinubu did not go to school, no certificate so far. No certification that comes from Buhari so far. The WAEC attestation from Buhari is zero, it's flopped. So what I'm trying to say is that, let me tell you, they are both the same. Economically, if you look at the industrial, commercial atmosphere of Nigeria now, we are not producing anything. Without being a producer, your currency will be zero before dollars.
I think I have to agree to you on one side that Nigeria do not need a politician at this time to rule them.
Yes.
What Nigeria need is an economist that can handle economy very well. But in the other way around, I do not agree with you that Tinubu's regime and Buhari's regime is the same. However, let's go to Nand and Ohaneze. I heard that Ohaneze is begging Tinubu to release Nand. Is that proper?
It isn't proper for you to beg for your human right. It isn't proper for you to beg a president to do something that court has ordered him to do, or ordered the gentlemen of, let me say the judiciary, or let's say the lawyers or bench of lawyers, or even Nigerian police or the law enforcement agencies like DSS, police, the soldier to do. They turn their back on what judiciary has ordered them to do, which is called court contempt. They violated the court order, which is against humanity. Is man's inhumanity against man that court gave order for Nand to go free, and Tinubu, the executive order, is still holding him there. It is the most heinous crime committed against Igbo man on earth. I use my word again, the most heinous crime, very, very heinous crime committed by the Nigerian Contraption against Igbo man. Because why? Anti-Igbo, Igbophobia, Igbo sickness is it. That's why Tinubu turned his back on the court order and still use his executive influence to detain Nand till date. So, I'm telling you, Ohaneze could not have begged anybody. Igbo man is not supposed to beg anybody. We are not beggar. Tinubu will hold Nand and hold Nand and hold Nand until he's tired. The Nand is coming. If Nand is not dead for 48 months, he's entering his 60th month and is coming out what? Alive. Nothing is going to happen.
When you say Igbophobia,
yes.
Which means they are afraid of Igbos.
They are afraid of Igbos. So, they are suspecting something that if Igbo man becomes president, all the money they stole in the past, all their political anomalies will be unraveled, uncovered, and they will all sentenced. They will all be sent to where? Jail, correctional center. They are all thieves. That's why they are afraid of Igbo man, because Igbo man come. Igbo man is full of bluntness. Igbo man will never hide anything to punish erring politicians that, put Nigerians to this kind of hellish condition.
Wow. Now, going back to Nand Ohaneze begging and listen. Now, the Supreme Court have said that Nand will be released, and the Nigerian government refused to obey the order of the Supreme Court. This time around, don't you think that Ohaneze, instead of going to Tinubu to beg, should go to International Court of Justice to present this matter?
Nand issue has gone beyond Nigerian soil. And you can see what that young man who is in his 30s, Simon Ekpanjoko, has done recently. He has made the best international consultation on that issue, and on the issue of declaration of Biafra as well. As I'm talking to you now, the case has skyrocketed to ICC level. Nigeria has been invited over the selfish, senseless, and extrajudicial killings in the southeastern Nigeria. The CGN was invited. Tinubu administration himself in his office at Aso Rock. Bayo Ononuga was invited. The CGN refused to go. Bayo Ononuga refused to go. All of them, they refused to go. They turned their back on that invitation. They could not brace or honor the invitation because actually they know that they committed international crime, inhumanity, many hostilities against Igbo man in southeastern Nigeria. That's why they are feeling very, very reluctant to honor ICC invitation. See, let me tell you, Nand must, M-U-S-T, come out of that detention. But the reason why Tinubu is still holding Nand is because of what? Igbophobia. Anti-Igbotic president is going on now as a president. The single, let me say, a man that is presiding over the office of the presidency in Nigeria is not a friend to the Igbos. Don't mind him. He went to Enugu State and he told them that he's a friend to the Igbos. It's a lie. Because he's there, he's trying to deceive them. And why should he allow Ohaneze to come and beg for their human rights? Ohaneze Ndibo is begging somebody to give us what is ours. So I fault it.
I really want to. This issue of Nand being detained, not releasing. I just want to know why. What is the actually the issue behind that?
The fear is that
if they release him, what do you think that can happen?
Okay, what can happen if they release him? Yeah. God knows, because you can see the length, the level that Simon Njoko has gone today. It should be the man. It should be the man of the year 2023 in Nigeria, if not in Africa. See, let me tell you, if Nand comes out today, settled. Why? Number one, insecurity in the southeast will be doused. Down to 0%. Nobody, no hoodloom in the southeast will ever come up again. Even Asari Dokubo, that is sending his forces to go and keep people in the southeastern Nigeria, will retract from doing that, or he will abscond, go into hiding. If Nand comes, Hope Uzodinma, Muhammad Buhari, Kenya, that played important role on that abduction and kidnapping of Nand from Nairobi, they will all be brought to book. That is the issue. So rounding up.
Okay, that's why they are finally, I heard yesterday that Asali Dokubo say he's going to align with the Fulani to make sure that he bring down Tinubu in 2027 presidential election. That he failed to adhere to the promises he made before he assumed office. So now, can we say that Asali Dokubo is a chameleon, or just because he will talk one today, tomorrow he will talk another thing?
Insanity.
So I don't know.
Insanity is psychophancy of the highest order. Let me use the common word: madness. Somebody that is having such persecutory delusion, somebody that is having a chronic delusion, could come out with 1 point today, tomorrow it will change. It's just chameleonic and very, very unstable in his statement on the way he handles the Biafran issue, political issue of the country. See, don't mind him. Wherever he gets money is where he goes. Asadu Kobo should not be taken serious. My brother, I think I have to end it up here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having you.
You are welcome.
And thank you for coming to talk to Nigerians and other parts of the world. God bless you. Thank you.